Welcome back. This is Raghu Banda again. So today in the unit 3, I will be focusing on walking through or talking about embedded machine learning in the context of ISLM, Integrated Scenario Lifecycle Management. So let us continue further, and I will also have a demo in this unit. So the agenda here is, again, I'll start with an overview and then talk briefly about the evolution of ISLM and then the personas and the ML models in the context of ISLM, and we'll end this session with a demo. So a quick overview about ISLM. ISLM is the key ingredient or the key technology that we are using in the context of building machine learning services that can be leveraged by SAP S/4HANA, whether embedded into S4 or built as a service on SAP Business Technology Platform. So the technology, ISLM technology, is used so that it can be used, so that we have a standard approach, or for the standard approach for consuming the and the operation of these machine learning scenarios. In the embedded scenarios, whether you are consuming or whether you are using the SAP HANA based PAL or APL libraries, or in the sake of a side-by-side scenarios where you have leveraging the HANA libraries or non-SAP libraries. So here is a quick overview about the end-to-end processes, how we are handling, and in the context of the end-to-end lifecycle management with ISLM. What is exactly happening with ISLM is that we are providing a harmonized framework with the basis layer. The ISLM framework is embedded into the SAP basis layer, and that is where it is easier to build these scenarios and make it integrated into the S/4HANA world. This is a successor of the earlier technology that we used, SAP Predictive Analytics Integrator. And with the ISLM technology, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to use a standard to train, deploy, and activate or any of these models. And we are also going through the support of all these different phases, starting from the readiness to the first usage, the lifecycle operations, so on and so forth. And this is more like using it is provisioned as a service, whether it can be embedded into S4 or built as a ML service on SAP BTP. And we have a common consumption model for the integration with S4. And there are 2 apps around that. We'll see. Here, let us briefly discuss about how do we manage the lifecycle of the SAP S/4HANA machine learning scenarios. That is one of the important aspects which we are addressing with ISLM. With the ISLM, what we are trying to do is that we are offering this as a solution or as a framework which closes the gap between these building these ML scenarios and making it available in a streamlined way. Earlier, it used to be that each of the teams teams used to develop their own ML scenarios, and then you have to follow the complete procedure about how do we embed it into S4 or embed with other applications. But all that embedding procedure or all that monitoring procedure and monitoring of these models, everything is streamlined with the ISLM framework. And then there are 4 different things that we are addressing. The first is that we have already migrated all the old scenarios that were developed with the older technology, the Predictive Analytics Integrator, about 20 scenarios that are shipped. And then now we can create new intelligent scenarios using this ISLM technology, which I'll show you briefly in the demo. And then these new intelligent scenarios are available out of the box based on the HANA ML, whether it is with your side-by-side approach or embedded approach. And then they are based out of the HANA ML libraries, PAL and APL, or SAP DI, or AIF, or AI Business Services, the different approaches. And then we are also offering the custom developed scenarios based on the side-by-side machine learning, which means that ML is offered with SAP DI currently. In future, it will also be custom developed scenarios will also be available with SAP AI Business Services that are built on SAP Business Technology Platform. And then in future, we'll also have custom developed scenarios based on the embedded SAP HANA ML. So in this way, what we are doing is that we are not only providing the option for the customers and the partners to build their intelligent scenarios using the ISLM framework in S4 or outside of S4, but also we are not only providing the out-of-the-box scenarios, but also we are letting the customers and partners build their own scenarios using whether the DI or the AI Business Services or within S4. A brief evolution how this happened, right? Like originally you have your old predictive analytics integrator, and now you have the new intelligent scenario lifecycle management. The old applications or the apps are the predictive models and the predictive scenarios, and the new apps are the intelligent scenarios and the intelligent scenario management. You will see that in the demo. The ISLM is offered as part of the basis layer, like I've explained earlier, and it also delivers a feature compatibility with the old features which were all available with the PI or the predictive analytics integrator are still available with ISLM. And you have additional capabilities of using, like I mentioned, not only the SAP HANA based algorithms, but also you could build with the side-by-side use cases, you could build API based AI business services, or leveraging SAP DI, or using the AI business services, or using the Google AI. There is a POC going on around that. And there are a lot of enhanced features around the creation of these intelligent scenarios and the different types. And there is also one central cockpit for you to integrate all these scenarios based on the automated predictive library or the predictive analysis library. Before we get into the demo, I want to quickly show the different personas here when you are building when you are leveraging or any of these embedded or side-by-side models. In the middle, you see the business application S4HANA, and on the bottom, you see the SAP Business Technology Platform, which can be leveraged for all other ML platforms, right? So on the left-hand side, you see an ABAP developer or an intelligent scenario owner who is enhancing a particular business application with ML or creating and publishing a intelligent scenario. On the bottom, you see a data science developer on the bottom left-hand side who is developing these ML artifacts, and they are made available in your SAP HANA APL or SAP BTP as a machine learning service. And so once the data science developer develops these artifacts, these are used by the ABAP developer or the intelligent scenario owner. On the right-hand side, you see a business user or a business administrator or a technical administrator on how they use these. A business user utilizes this ML interference, and he can use these applications. A business administrator, in turn, he enables or trains or deploys these ML scenarios. A technical administrator is the one who will set up and configure these different technical sides of it. So that is the overall big picture before I jump into the demo. So now that you understood where and how these are coming in from, let us quickly jump into the system. We have a sandbox system, which is where I will try to go and then showcase, pick up one of these application or app, both the apps, and then show how it works. So here I am in the sandbox environment. I have a particular user S4HI, and I have my password, which I am entering. And now I log on into the sandbox system. So this is a Fiori Launchpad. And now in the Fiori Launchpad, now you are here. This is your old predictive analytics integrator. These are still available. This will be deprecated 21.11. But now if you go down, you will see the new applications, the intelligent scenario management and intelligent scenarios. I will first go and show you how a particular intelligent scenario is created, though I will not create because It is already available. And then we'll go into the intelligence scenario management app. So here, if you see, there are a bunch of intelligence scenarios already created. And you have an option of creating a scenario as a embedded scenario or as a side-by-side scenario. When I hit on the embedded button, it will give me ask me the intelligence scenario name, intelligence scenario type, whether it is regression or classification, and then the package and the intelligence scenario description, and then you will add the model. On the contrary, now if I use a side-by-side, remember with the side-by-side approach, you're building the model. You will have to build this on the data intelligence side or the AI business services side on the BTP as well. But here it is linked, that particular model that you built on that side is linked with this intelligence scenario type on the S4 side. So here you are saying that the intelligence scenario type is SAP Data Intelligence. So it is coming in, the intelligence scenario type is built, so you will get a URL from intelligence scenario that was built using the data intelligence. You will give the intelligence scenario name, description, the prediction class, external ID. This is external ID is important because this is based on that you have your inference URL or the training URL, and this is coming in from the data intelligence. You will in future also have other options like the AI cockpit and the AI business services. Now that you saw that, let us quickly see how one of these services will be. I am taking one example of the sales quotation conversion. It is a regression scenario. It has used we have used a regression algorithm, a HANA APL or a HANA PAL algorithm. You see the intelligence scenario name, we gave some name, the description, and then there is some training data set which you provide. And this training data set, since this is an embedded scenario, the training data set is available on the S4 box itself. And then you will have the input parameters, all these input fields. And then you will have your output parameters. This is where the actual prediction happens. And this is the one, the sales quotation conversion rate. So what we are doing in this particular scenario is that we are trying to analyze or understand how many of my sales quotations are getting converted into a sales order, so that for the sales manager or the sales representative, it will give them a good understanding where I am, what is my prediction percentage, and where am I missing things. And then you can go into the models and you will see the models. Now that you see the intelligence scenario, so this is where you create a scenario. Now once you create a scenario, you have to go into the intelligence scenario management, and then you create a application, you attach it with a particular application which is also created for you. In this case, I again am going into the my sales quotation conversion rate. This is a regression model. You will notice that by default, there is one scenario which is one model which is already created. If I hit on the train button, I'll create another model, but let me take the default model. And here I have different versions. I can pick and choose which version I want to enable. Each version has some kind of a quality assignment around that. Let me quickly see. I wanted to change it to this particular model because the quality is a bit more better. The quality information, if I see this model, the predictive power, which means that it is an indicator of the quality of your model. When you apply it to the target variable, how best it is, when applied to the training data set and then your target variable. There is no model which is 100% perfect because there is no 100% perfection. Anything above 95% is good. And then the prediction confidence. This is where it shows the robustness of the model, the capacity of achieving the same kind of power when it is applied to a new data set. So those are the things that are providing here. And then you could see in this particular model, there are each of these models, depending on the input parameters, input variables that you give and the output that your target variable, you have a few key influencers. And here the key influencer, it says one of them is the binding per validity end of the week or the profit center. because these sales quotations, they are dependent on this. And then you could go further down and understand the timelines and the other things. So now if I go further and now activate this one, I can either do an activate or a retrain. But anyway, rather than doing that, what I would do, I would want to go in the system and show how it is actually behaving. Let me go back. Now I go into the sales quotation conversion app. In this app, as I've explained earlier, that particular scenario has we have chosen a particular model, which means that model is already activated. So now if I open this quotation conversion rate, the quotation conversion rate here, it says it is 39%, which means 39% of these sales quotations are getting converted into a sales order. So that particular information, that model, depending on the model that we activated there, it is showing this. Here you see it is, and now you can slice and dice the information depending on the different sales organization, or you can go by the list of quotations. Where are these different quotations? And then all these percentages are coming in based out of this. And then you can also go and see what are the top 10 quotations, or you can even go by the different customers and so on and so forth and identify that. So this is what I briefly wanted to showcase you or show you how it works in the context of ISLM, how the ISLM framework is helping in this context. Let us now go back to our session, and then I want to end this session with some key takeaways. So the key takeaways here, I would say, there are quite a few key takeaways. ISLM is enabling your lifecycle management of your machine learning scenarios in S4HANA, and then it's a new harmonized framework in your SAP software layer. It is the successor of the predictive analytics integrator. It is the common consumption model for application developers, and it supports all different phases. It is the first version was released in 2020, and then the first cloud shipment happened in 2020 November, and the first on-premise shipment happened in 2020 October. So these are some of the key takeaways, and I would thank you for your time, for tuning in from wherever you are tuning in across the globe. Have a happy day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and then happy predicting the future with SAP technologies. With this, I would like to conclude this Unit 3.